We might as well jump right into that because it does tie into the first story we have this week, which is there has been some ratings reveals for NBA 2K18. And you might say that that is actually news on the game, and technically it is, but I guess players are always going to have ratings each and every year, and we're going to know about them,
Yeah.
and they're going to change, of course, with roster updates. But for what it's worth, we do have some early ratings reveals. There was a 2K18 event, a photo shoot of sorts, as I understand it. There were players on hand, kind of the team.
That was their commercial shoot.
The commercial shoot, yeah. Uh, Team 2K, I guess, on hand, or some of the players that are involved with visual concepts. And we do have some ratings revealed. And as of this time, just reading off the news article that I posted this week, Paul George, last year's cover player, 91 overall. Kyrie Irving, this year's cover player, 90 overall. Karl Anthony Towns, 91. Isaiah Thomas, 89. DeMar DeRozan, 89. Not another cover player, of course, Ben, the Canadian cover player there.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard, the NBA Live 15 cover player, 89 as well. Joel Embiid, 86. Devin Booker, 86. And D'Angelo Russell, 80. I'm not sure if a couple of others have come to light since, but those are the prominent ones that have been revealed. And the funny thing is, Ben, is some of the players' reactions to it, because it seems like everyone wants to be rated 95 overall, and they're not getting it. And some of them, Joel Embiid, in fact, in particular, felt that 86 was too low.
Yeah. Well, he was careful to choose his words carefully. He didn't want to get fined again. But
yeah, he's had to pay out of it recently for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think in that case, what you're saying too, with everyone want to be a 95, is like everyone wants to be a my career player.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. I mean, my Prez got to be 95 overall. Justice, what did Justice get to? I think Justice Young was like 88 or 90 or something maxed out for me. But yeah, everyone wants to be the 95.
Yeah.
And of course, if you have to go high, you needed to grind in my park, as we found out, and
Yeah.
didn't really put into that. But I think Embiid, it's one of those things that we've brought it up a couple of times before. I'm sure if you are an NBA player and you look at some of these ratings, you think, who are these people to say that I've got 55 offensive awareness? Do you think I just drool as I dribble a ball off my foot and just stand there wondering what I'm doing on the court? But I mean, it is based on a formula which is based on their statistical performance. And Embiid's yet to play a full season. I mean, he only played 36 games in his rookie year.
Yeah.
Fantastic numbers for limited time on the court, but they still got much to prove, and 86 doesn't seem that unreasonable to me. None of those ratings seem unreasonable to me, and it does depend on how they're calculated, of course. I think it was NBA Live 2000. I think Kobe was like an 80, 82, and which looks very low by today's standards, even considering that he was still on the rise in 2000, but NBA Live 2000's overalls were calculated much lower than later games, so you never know, but at a first glance, they seem like, as far as their ranking and rating in the league, yeah, pretty spot on.
Yeah. I think for me, I think Booker was maybe really sort of around the 82 mark. I think that's probably where he should have been.
Yeah.
Rated. I think that one game, obviously, where he scored the 70, it wasn't it?
He scored the 70. Yeah.
Yeah. I think obviously that would have been a huge boost to his rating factor, or the determining factor for it. But I don't know. I still think 86 is potentially just a little bit too high. I think maybe, with another good year of development, if he plays well this year, in that sense, then probably more deserving of that, potentially higher, if that's the case. But yeah, I think he was more rated than 82. But ratings will change throughout the year.
Of course, yeah. It's not like the old days where it was really up to the community to do it. I mean, to a certain extent, obviously there are many community rosters, as we covered in last week's show. Lots of great work happening there. But with the official rosters, opening night, or out of the box ratings, I should say, not really an issue. We can either change them ourselves, at least in 2K, or the official updates are going to correct it as the season goes on. Of course, I'm looking at his numbers from last season: 22 points a game. 3.5 assists, just under a steal per game, 2.5 rebounds, 83% free throw, 36% from three, 42% field goal. Efficiency, okay, not spectacular. I mean, he's certainly a talented player, and the 70-point game is incredible and everything. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's overall ratings are what they are, and I know from having done the rosters for so many years that they can be inflated. Josh Smith was always very hard to rate because of his athletic ratings and dunking ratings. He'd always appear a bit overrated in the rosters, and seemingly Steve Nash, because he was average defensively, I guess is fair to say, and not the most athletic player. His overall would always look a little bit low. So it's overalls, it's not exact science, especially with the way they're calculated. It isn't always perfect. But looking at some of his numbers across the board, 86, yeah, I'd say that, again, I'd agree with you, kind of in that 82, 83 range, because he's got a very bright future there in Phoenix, Devin Booker, but that's kind of perennial all-star level, 86 overall, and he's sort of knocking on the door of becoming an all-star level player. So I don't know, but like you say, it's just out of the box. We can either change it ourselves or they'll change it in the updates. So I guess it's just something for us to talk about now, I guess, when it comes down to it. But the reactions were funny to hear some of them say it, and Isaiah Thomas not happy with 89, and which is funny because he kind of got in the playoffs was a bit exposed. I thought a little bit as great as fine a player as he is, Isaiah Thomas. He sort of didn't have the best playoff run.
Yeah, he kind of did fall off a little bit, given that he had such a stellar season, especially in the fourth quarter and that.
Yeah.
So
kind of got shut down by Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, a good player to have on your team. Just throwing that out there, as if you'd trade him away for virtually nothing. Some people might, but
well, you could say that your team literally did just throw him out there.
They did just throw him out there, yeah. To the Timberwolves, going to be great this year. What with 91 overall, Karl Anthony Towns, fine player there, of course. But apart from that, the ratings are fairly good across the board. I would say. I'm guessing that LeBron, Durant, and Curry are going to be among the top-rated players, and probably at least one of them will be pushing the 95. Most likely LeBron, I would say, probably the top-rated player in the game. So yeah, that is the ratings at the moment. You can check out the news post. I'll try to keep that updated if any new information comes through. But you can also see the Instagram videos embedded there. They push that through on social media, and there's also some photos on Twitter of the behind the scenes of the rookies getting their faces scanned and whatnot as well on the official NBA 2K Twitter. Didn't really cover that in depth, but you can check that out on Twitter if you feel so inclined.